Oh, was that recorded?
I think it caught like the very last bit.
My feet are helpful.
Your feet are helpful.
Yeah, no, obviously. That's definitely something I can't see at all.
You can't see what?
I can't see how far we are in. Have we
You
started?
don't need to worry, Ben.
I'm just wondering.
I've told you a million times that I can just add blank space.
Look, I know.
No, you don't. Clearly, you don't.
I just like seeing it.
It's just a wave bouncing up and down. It has no effect on what happens.
Yeah, but that wave is calming. Anyhow,
you want me to put it up on this table then?
Yes, please.
I'll put it next to the Kermit puppet.
Yeah, no, my Kermit puppet is very important. Don't throw Kermit like that.
I bought that for you.
And I still use it.
What do you use it for?
What do you mean, what do I use it for? It's a Kermit puppet.
What would you use it for?
What wouldn't I use it for?
Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Greetings. Welcome to Deep Thoughts.
Deep Thoughts.
Episode 20.
Yes, Splebentine is quite a number.
It is my favorite, almost favorite number.
It's my second favorite.
Ben's back. I found him in a dumpster.
Yes,
just kind of scrounging around for trash.
Yes, I know. I was trying to see what the street rats went through. It seems I have learned a lot.
You didn't learn anything because you went to a really brand new dumpster that was empty.
Ah, yes. I scrounged around in an empty dumpster for a bit.
You just kind of... I found you there lying. Your eyes were bulging out a little bit.
Yeah, that's how it works.
The prettiest sight.
And I came back with 5 new diseases.
You what?
What?
You didn't tell me.
Huh?
About these diseases.
Anyway, how are you doing, Owen? What were you doing during this wonderful time?
What was I doing when I found you in a dumpster?
Yes, before that.
Before that?
Yes.
Well, I opened my phone. I went to my tracking device that I have implanted inside of you, and I went,
yes,
where is he?
Of course.
And then I followed the address, and there you were.
Okay.
Losing your mind in a dumpster.
It happens to the best of us.
It doesn't really.
It happens to the best of us.
So you can't do that with this microphone.
No, I can't. So I wish I could.
He just leaned in to make it louder, but that doesn't work on this microphone.
It doesn't work.
So he's just doing nothing.
Yeah, that's how that works.
Anyways.
Anyhow.
What day is today, Ben?
It's the 11th, Owen.
I was going to see if you didn't know the day.
Yes, you forget I have a computer on me.
Well, that's cheating.
Yes, dear viewers, it is the 11th. I mean, listeners. Viewers, listeners.
Yeah,
listeners.
Get it right, please.
I never get it right. Dear listeners, it is the 11th, which means it is...
Of the time of this recording, which means
nothing. Anyway, it is past New Year's, which means it is officially 2022. That can be changed. Anyhow.
That can be changed.
It will change at some point.
Yeah?
Yes.
In a year?
Yes. Anyhow, we would just like to, first off, congratulations for making it through this year. And if you are still listening, that is great. You are not dead.
Ignore the fact that this is the 3rd podcast episode coming out in the new year.
Yes, of course. Ignore everything. But
just pretend.
We had a good idea. Wait. What were you going to say? No, please.
I just like keeping it pretend we had a good idea.
Okay. We pretend we have a good idea for just a small second. We had the idea to recap some of our videos, but we will start off with our New Year's. Owen, please tell me about your New Year. Please.
I was in the bathroom when it happened.
Oh, were you really?
I went in close to midnight and I was like, all right, I can probably get out.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And then I walk out. I can't find anyone. People on TV are celebrating. I was like...
First deuce.
I missed it, didn't I?
First deuce.
And then I walk outside. Because I can't tell by the fireworks. Because the fireworks start happening in my neighborhood
like an hour.
They start happening around like 6 p.m.
Oh, my God.
And then they do it every hour. And then once it comes night, it's like every half hour. And then around like 11, it's just kind of nonstop. So that's no indication of when the big New Year happens.
That happens for a lot of people. Mine started going like probably, 2 hours before, like nonstop. 2 hours before 12, it was nonstop, and it was insane, just insane.
Yeah, they wouldn't fly in your house.
Huh?
They wouldn't fly in your house.
What?
Did a firework fly in your house?
No, I've had that happen before.
I paid that guy at least $20 to make it. Never mind.
You know what, Owen? It doesn't matter because
Maybe next year it'll go in your house.
maybe. I've had a few firework run-ins where they've hit me before. It's actually funny because the firework was my favorite game, which was Punch Out at the time.
What?
They had a firework based off of Punch Out.
In your neighborhood?
No, in the fireworks store. So we went to go buy it to set it off.
It was in like the shape of something?
Yeah, it's had the Punch Out logo, Little Mac on the front, and I was like,
But it was just a regular firework.
It was just like a few shells that went off, right? I was like, that's pretty cool.
It's just a regular firework.
Yeah.
The casing.
Yeah, the casing is Little Mac, right?
So there was...
And their colors were like Punch Out, which was
orange and black
and green.
Green?
Yeah, because his gloves are green.
Okay.
Anyhow,
how much did you pay for that?
It was like $20, but like, anyway, it ended up failing, and the one of the stands that was holding it up ended up breaking, and it fell and went sideways and started shooting at everyone.
Nice.
Which, it fits, because, Little Mac doesn't take anything from anybody, so he'll always attack back. So, I got hit by a few fireworks that day. It was kind of funny. I mean, that wasn't my first time getting hit by a firework. I've gotten hit by a ton of fireworks. Roman candle fights, man. Roman candle fights. Anyhow, my New Year was pretty simple. I went to my girlfriend's house. We just kind of sat. Yeah, you have something to say, Owen? Please, no. Say it to the listeners. No, you want to make fun of me?
Yeah, I'm just making fun of you.
Well, anyway, I went to my girlfriend's house and we ate ramen until 12 o'clock.
When did you start eating the ramen?
10.
You ate ramen for 2 hours?
Yes.
Continuously?
Yes.
The both of you?
Yes.
What? Like microwave ramen?
I guess it was it was like packet.
So microwave ramen.
I guess you could say that, yeah.
What do you mean you guess?
I mean, I usually like boil it with a stove top. I don't know why you microwave it.
Is it the kind that you buy it at the store for like $2?
You mean 90 cents?
I don't know.
It's 90 cents.
I don't go to the store, Ben. I don't know.
It's 90 cents a packet.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not the ones that stand up like this.
Continuously made.
Yeah, we continuously made bowls of ramen, and then we, cooked them up, and then we ate
like
them.
A bowl each.
Yeah.
Continuously.
For
2 hours.
2 hours. Yeah.
Just the noodles?
No, we had packet in there and sauces and stuff.
For 2 hours?
Yeah.
I understand how you could have eaten that much. Does she also eat a lot?
I mean, she had like 3 bowls. I had more.
It took her 2 hours to eat 3 bowls?
I had more.
Was she not eating continuously?
Of course I had more, but...
You're not answering my question.
What?
Was she not eating continuously?
I mean, she was like a bite, and then she'd talk a little bit, and then she'd have a bite, and she'd talk a little bit. So I was just listening. I was listening, so I was eating continuously.
I asked if you were both eating continuously.
Only one of us was eating continuously.
Now that makes more logical sense.
Yeah.
You still should not be able to eat that much, but
I had eaten a lot of ramen that day. It was pretty good though. I'd have to say it was pretty good.
That's probably not good for you, I would imagine.
I mean, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay, Ben.
I used to eat ramen every single day since freshman year all the way to sophomore year. I ate ramen every single day for lunch. I ate 2 packets a day, and I added salt.
That's it? That's all you would add?
Yeah.
Salt. Not even the flavor packet?
Sometimes I'd eat it dry with salt.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? Ramen.
With salt?
With salt. Yeah, it's not salty enough.
So it's just salty, dry noodles you would eat sometimes?
Yeah. Instant noodles, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's better
Are
dry.
Are we done with the New Year's now?
Yeah, we're done with New Year's. Isn't that great? Isn't that are you okay,
I'm
Owen?
still processing
Wait.
the
Let's
noodles
talk
for.
about the
We
processing.
don't need to.
What are you processing
I
right
just
now?
what you just told me, all of the information that you just
Why
flung in my brain.
why are you processing that I ate ramen?
Because
I've eaten more than that before. It's not that much.
that's not normal. But
What's not
we've
normal?
already
We've already
delved.
established
We've
my
already delved
metabolism
into this multiple times, so we
multiple
don't need
times.
to do
We
it
don't need to
again.
do so. Maybe one day we can have a mukbang that I can do.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I will not partake in that.
You don't have to partake. You can give me a bunch of foods. Like maybe
Why
one's
would I
bad, one's
give
good.
you a bunch of food?
I don't know. It's my dream.
Your dream?
My dream that you hand me a bunch of food while I just inhale it.
What?
Yeah, like you buy like, I don't know, a ton of McDonald's, like maybe 6 Big Macs.
So your regular lunch?
Yeah, and then you get me like a Waffle House thing, and then like, I don't know, maybe Burger King, a few
Are you
other
gonna pay for
burgers.
this?
Yeah, I'll pay for it with the funds that we have in business. I make a lot from my job.
Yeah, because you work freaking almost. You basically work 7 days a week.
Yeah, but I make a lot of money. Anyhow, I make enough to support my lifestyle and still have a lot.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
You shouldn't have to.
we also buy food at work too, so
Okay.
and there is food at work as well. Anyhow,
Do you want to do a recap?
yeah, let's do a recap. So, our channel started March 26th last year. It has been what, 7 months? Probably less.
We already did this.
Yeah,
It's 9 months ago.
9 months ago.
7 months of those we've been active.
Yeah, so we've only been active 7 months, but this is how it works.
Because we lost our computers.
Yeah, mine got run over by a bus,
No.
train,
No.
car.
No.
I got hit by a car.
No.
You got hit by a car.
I got stabbed multiple times.
Yeah, mine got run over by a car.
No. Close. You're very close.
I got run over by a bus.
No.
SUV.
No.
Am I getting closer or colder?
You keep going back and forth.
Okay.
This was your joke.
It was my joke. I can't believe I forgot it.
It was a truck.
Truck. Oh my gosh. Well, mine got run over by a truck. He got stabbed multiple times. Potato. Car, truck, whatever. Anyhow, our first episode was on cloning. You should definitely check this out first off. It technically has our highest view count. If you don't
Episode
count.
1 and 2 are Ben's senior project.
Yeah, so
So they're short and they're not,
boring.
I wouldn't say they're boring.
They're
They're informational.
informational, which is to say
We put humor in there.
we put humor in there, and our first few takes were pretty good. I just think personally some of our other episodes are much more fun to record.
Obviously, because they didn't have set topics that you were researching for a year.
And we also stood in a hot closet for what, 4 hours, 5 hours?
No, it was not. We would not have lasted 4 or 5 hours.
It was like an hour.
No, not even that long. How long is the video?
17 minutes.
Then we were in there for 20 minutes.
It felt like hours.
And then we left.
It felt like hours. And then we did we do the second episode same day?
We did.
And the second episode
No,
was...
we didn't. Right?
We didn't? I thought we did.
Shit, I can't remember now.
March 29th, we can't. No, it's not. This one was published March 29th.
We could have... I don't know if
And
we
at that
recorded
point,
at the same time.
I think we only had one episode. Because second episode, we
Well, we could have recorded them at the same time and then just posted it later.
well, we didn't know how to do that at that point.
We didn't know how to save a file on your computer?
No, that's what I'm saying. At that point we were scheduling whenever we would post immediately afterward. Remember?
Yeah.
Like once we finished with it, we would post it immediately after. So either We did it same day, and we somehow saved it. Not sure why
I
we
mean,
would
it's
do
really
that.
not hard to
It's not.
just not upload a file
That is
and
true.
then wait till the next week to upload.
No, that is entirely true. That is entirely true. Um, I don't know. I feel like back then we it took us like 6 hours to make that first video. Uh,
No,
it did. It took us like 6 or 7 hours,
20 minutes to record it.
and then it
At
took us
most, if
6
you
or 7
count the
hours.
bloopers, and then it took maybe a half hour to do the background.
You got
We
there.
didn't do a title card.
It
so
was
that
still
doesn't
bright
count.
outside when you got there, and it was like dead night when you left.
And
That's like
we also listened to it about 1,000,000 times afterwards.
that's true.
So I don't
But
think
we
you can
couldn't.
count that.
We had to get Bandicam, all this other stuff. We were like watermarks, figuring it out.
Did that take 6 hours?
That did take 6 hours because we were still trying to figure it out. It's easier now because we upload. We maybe record like 4 episodes, like I don't know, a day.
Record 4
We record
One
a podcast, and then
podcast for the week,
and then we record like 5 other or 4
and then
other
whatever
episodes
else we have to do, we'll record it.
for that week, and then that's how we do that. However, the first episode, we recorded it in 20 minutes. And we're like, this is easy, and then we were like, okay, how do we upload it?
Because we just had the audio.
Yeah, we just had the
We had the
audio.
audio and a picture.
So
And we didn't know how to merge them.
We spent like 30 minutes drawing the other thing.
Ben
the
must
background.
have taken. You must have gone to at least like 4 different websites.
Oh yeah, and I was researching 4 different websites.
And we got to one that was very nice.
And it watermark.
Not all the way up until you go to export the video does it tell you that there's a watermark. You can't see it until you go to export.
Yeah,
It's very
so it looked
annoying.
great, and we were like, this looks awesome. This is like how we're going to do this for the rest of the time we're on YouTube. And then it straight up was like watermark over the middle of it, and we're like, oh my god, what's the point?
Yeah, you can't do that.
What is the point? So we got Bandicam, and we were trying to like
Is that even what we use? I don't even think we use that.
no. So we got Bandicam, and Bandicam had a watermark as well, and we were like, huh, how are we gonna do this? Because there's no way to do it unless we
paid
like
for Bandicam, so there was no watermark.
Yeah, no, we ended
we
up
didn't.
paying for Bandicam, and
That's
then
not what we used though.
well, we had to record the backdrop. Remember?
I don't.
We
think
made
that's
it
what we
very
used, though.
complicated by recording the backdrop the same amount of time as it was with the audio.
Is that not when you found the website we use now?
No, that's not what I didn't
When
find
did you
that.
find that?
I found that second episode.
Oh.
So first episode, we recorded Bandicam over for 17 minutes and 42 seconds, and we stopped it. And then we just trimmed it, and we put the audio in with the backdrop of Bandicam, and we merged it.
Then you just play the audio while you were recording it?
Yes, that's what we ended up doing. And I just muted my computer and let it do its thing until 17 minutes was up. And then we trimmed it, we uploaded it, and it turned out good. And then the second one, I found a website that allows us
Which we still use
to this day, a merging audio and video files, which is
you just take the audio and the picture and
it
pops
pops
out a
it
video.
together, and we're like, this is amazing. This is the best thing we ever could have dreamed. The second episode, however, we wanted... No, that wasn't the second episode. After we got the second episode done, I ended up doing my senior service project, which I got an A on.
You don't
Granted.
remember the number?
Huh? It was like a 94.
I mean, I'm sure it was. They didn't grade too harshly.
They didn't grade too harshly. At least my teacher didn't. Other teachers did. It was a big thing.
We had the easy teacher.
Third episode we were really excited for. And it please go.
You have to understand. We were coming up with topics, and we were just thinking any topic that Ben talks about for an hour on the phone, we'll just do that.
True.
And that's where many of our first topics came from. Specifically the Afterlife episode. because you would go on and on for hours and hours about this reincarnation thing. And it's like,
Uh,
oh, we'll do the afterlife. The afterlife podcast happens. You talk about your reincarnation idea for maybe 5 minutes.
You know, the rest
maybe.
is us just
Which
flipping
surprised
around
me.
and-
I was ready for you to just tell your idea.
yeah.
But nope.
No, I just went crazy with it. We did a lot of crazy things on that episode.
And then at one point, I don't even know. You must have asked me to explain some game. I was probably playing Breath of the Wild, and you were like, "So how does that connect to the other ones?" And I was like, "All right, sit down. A little complicated." And you're like, "Oh, it's complicated. We'll just do it on the podcast," and we did.
Uh,
So those episodes exist.
you know, so the third episode, we were excited because it was our first topic that we got to choose. There were other topics we had to like sit down, research, like figure it out. The third episode, we got to choose it, so we got to choose how much research we did for it, how much like
You might be able to tell we were not yet used to making things interesting other than info dumping.
info dumping.
Because all we had Hayden on. He just Googled the timeline, a picture of the Zelda timeline, and he basically just did
An
a
info dump.
brief explanation of every game in each line.
I
Which
mean,
at the time, it seemed like the thing to do.
but it was not, and it was just an info dump, which you know is not something that it was. Oh my gosh, that it was so much. I can't even. It was so much. Like I was sitting there, like, yeah, I don't know how to interject, but at the same
Yeah.
time, this is a lot of information.
So yeah, if you ever feel like going back and watching every episode, just skip those.
No, like honestly,
Just skip
the
them.
sixth podcast, which is the second Zelda one, is the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. It's info dumping.
It's just not as long.
But the fourth episode, the afterlife, is just us messing around. It's just
we made a few people mad with that one.
yeah. We made a few people mad
I
with
think
that
they
one.
listened to it and didn't realize that
We were messing around.
we were just kind of talking. We didn't actually know.
No, we didn't know what we were
Mostly
talking about.
been making stuff up and poorly recollecting things. that
Yeah,
we
no,
said.
most definitely. I didn't research for that at all. I didn't care. I was kind of just like, all right, we're just gonna mess around for a little
Which
bit.
is why, looking back on it, I was so amazed with everything that he said because it was wrong and made up for humor.
Yeah, it was made up for humor, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna go fine. Poorly. It was poor.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, it's still funny. I still will go back and listen to that because it is kind of funny. We had a lot of good ideas with that one. If we had like a semblance of idea of what we were doing now. But after that, we did our first drawing video.
Whose idea was that?
That was I think I had an idea to draw Pokemon like that,
You may have had,
but
an
I didn't.
idea
I didn't
to,
like.
to do like a time lapse of just drawing. I think.
Yeah, no.
Well,
But
you probably wanted to stream, and then I was like,
or like
"Who's gonna watch us if
Yeah,
we
that's true.
stream it?" So we'll
um,
do a video.
yeah. I think what I said
And a
was like
video
a
we
time
did.
lapse of us doing like a Pokemon.
Probably.
It doesn't have to be anything. And then I think somebody suggested to us. I think it was.
I think it was me.
I think it was you probably. Who was like, let's just do poorly drawn, Pokemon. We get somebody to send us some Pokemon that we don't look up ahead of time.
And that's what we did for 3. We've done 3 episodes?
So
of
we've
that
done
now?
3 episodes of that. It's 41 minutes.
They
They got progressively worse.
yeah. It's not the best
When we said poor,
showing of our drawing
we
ability.
meant poor. We meant poorly drawn. After that, one of my second favorites, the Amazon video. I loved that video. We ended up we talked about like a bunch of Amazon products. And we put all of the where you can buy them and all that other stuff in the bio. I think when we were coming up with this, I was like in class with Owen, and we were having a study
You were
hall.
freaking out about it. 'Cause
I
you
was
were
having
like, I have this idea.
Oh.
I've already found several things to talk about. And you started showing them to me, and I was just like, no, you can't show me. It has to be a surprise.
I was excited. Owen ended up getting some. I got some. It turned out, I loved it. I was laughing. I had a lot of fun. And
now, the only problem with that episode is that it's really quiet.
It is really quiet.
Because Ben did this weird recording thing where he wanted to like have the items appear on screen.
Yeah, I did want to do that.
And to do that,
it made it
What
quiet.
did you use, OBS?
I used OBS while the audio was playing in the background, and I kind of like tweaked it a little bit, but I forgot to tweak it up. I forgot to tweak it up, so it was like...
So you have to like turn your volume all the way up, and then like get into like a quiet, silent chamber, and then put your ears right next to speakers to be able to hear that one.
Yeah.
It's a little annoying.
It is a little annoying.
If you can hear it, it's a decent episode.
It's a decent episode. I enjoy it. Yeah, no. I just also want to point out the poorly drawn Pokemon was done with Bandicam. The last time we used Bandicam, the first one we did, it was done with Bandicam. We stopped using Bandicam after that. We started using OBS in the 5th episode. And we still use OBS.
Occasionally. If we need
to. That's with the spooky episodes. We normally use the game capture now.
Anything that's on the computer screen.
So I will say...
we used the computer screen recording thing.
We uploaded the 5th episode of the podcast. And after we did the 5th podcast, we wanted to play a game for the first time.
Yeah.
And
Ben was like,
hell.
What can we play? Spooky's House of Jump Scares is free. We'll just download that and play it. So we did.
Now, I had in the old house that I was in, we had a projector. Which
I forgot about this.
Oh my god.
It's a movie room, right? So there's a projector and soundproof walls, a nice couch to sit on. We spent maybe an hour or two trying to get the computer screen to display on the projector while also allowing us to record it and play the game.
Because we thought that would be like more... we'd be more into it if we did that. But we also before we did Spooky, we wanted to play Undertale first. And that failed miserably.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. Our current playthrough of Undertale is on the Switch because we have a capture card for that.
We still have the bad one.
Do you still have the file?
I don't know if I still have the file.
You need to look for that file.
That file is so bad.
We originally tried recording it on the computer, but we weren't using the laptops to play the games at first. So we went downstairs into the computer room, which is made of mostly big windows and like very thin walls.
And like
so it's nice and
it's not even
echoey.
It's not even like fully cut off. It's like connects to the rest of the room even then. And we tried to like
we played up until where do we stop playing?
We stopped right before we got to the puzzle area with Toriel. Like wherever she... what was it? We got the first save.
We got
second save.
It was next to the candy bowl, right before the candy bowl.
Before the candy bowl. We got there and then stopped, and then we went to go listen to it again.
It was bad.
The audio was unlistenable. It was like it sounded like
understand anything.
Oh no. And see I think that's when I started to appreciate like really good audio quality, just because it was like so bad that I couldn't listen to it anymore, and I was like, it
was funny, but we couldn't post it.
But we couldn't post it.
So Ben was all mad. He was upset because somehow he's made it this far in life, never seeing any Undertale. So he was playing it blind. And so his initial shock reaction to some of the first things in the game would no longer be surprising to him. So he had to pretend to be surprised.
Oh yeah, no. The first episode of Undertale, I am pretending. I'm like acting completely. I'm like, oh my god, it's a flower.
What? That's crazy.
Friendliness pellets, what are they gonna do? Like all that other stuff.
But we remade the voices and
We did remake the
little
voices.
better.
We made them a little better. My initial thing with Flowey was like high pitched and stuff. But I don't think it was.
Which is partly why you couldn't understand it in the video we tried to make first.
But first episode ended up the same spot we ended on the other thing. It was just better quality. Because we ended up doing it on Switch. Because we realized we had to have a game capture for it, which we didn't understand at all. We were like, why do we need a game capture to play on the Switch?
Just to capture the video.
We should just use OBS and like use it to put it on like a TV or something. That ended up doing a lot. The game capture is one of our best purchases by far.
Probably.
I think personally, but after that, we ended up doing.
Well, we figured out a way to record Spooky, obviously.
Yeah, we found OBS and we
just
were doing
not having it play on the TV.
Yeah, no, we didn't play it on the TV. We ended up playing it on the computer. We put it on like.
We just get real close and turn the lights off.
We turned the lights off and we did it. We were actually scared. I was surprised. I didn't think we'd be scared. First episode, we were scared out of our minds.
And every game episode that we do up until like the last couple episodes of Pokemon were either done with computer audio as a microphone or like earbud speakers.
Earbud speakers.
So the audio is for our voices kind of fluctuates every now and then depending on what our devices decided to do.
Yeah.
But now we have an actual microphone that works.
Which we've had a microphone podcast. You should go listen to that. It talks about we were very frustrated with our microphone and we decided to make a podcast about it. I remember I was going through my computer trying to like figure out if I could do something, and Owen texts me about the microphone, and he just goes, "I am done." Like it was this long paragraph.
You have to understand, this was during the hurricane that hit, so we didn't have power. So I was using what little computer battery I had left to finish editing videos and stuff, check and see if the microphones work, if I can get them working. I could not. And I couldn't Google how to maybe troubleshoot it or something because there was no power. So I was just stuck there, unable to do anything on my computer because these microphones don't work. And it was infuriating. And Did now knows that.
No. I tried. It was very infuriating.
Use your words. Take your time.
Infuriating.
There you go.
Anyhow, it was very frustrating for that to happen. I do know how frustrating it is. He knows more than anything. Owen knows far more than
because it's mine. It's mine.
He's been working on it for months. He's been working on it for months.
My computer that doesn't work.
But
I live with it every day.
Ben
only has to encounter it once a week.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Okay, episode 7 was the last episode we did before we lost our computers.
Yes.
Which we had Jackson on.
It's also the last episode that we used the Blue Snowball microphone on because after that, my birthday happened and I got the microphone we use for every day after that.
But we didn't have a computer with it. So
we recorded one podcast episode with that microphone. We lost our computers, and then the heavens parted, and
descended a computer.
Yeah,
we basically gambled for it.
Yes, we did.
we gambled hardcore for it
for a bit,
and we won a computer with it.
Also, back to episode 7 with Jackson. The reason he's in that episode is not because we asked him to be on the episode. We asked him to be on
the drawing
episode because he's a much better drawer than either of us.
Yeah.
So I was like,
that's a good idea.
That's awesome. I thought, let's have him on and put us to shame with his drawing abilities, which he did.
He did. He's a very good artist.
And then we went to record the podcast, and he was like, "Oh, I'll just join you guys. You guys need a judge, right? Sure." And then he judged. And then he actually didn't judge, and he called his mom to make the final judgment.
Which, granted, that is
it was funny.
It was funny. We had how do I put this?
We needed more structure for that.
We did need more structure.
What month was that?
That was May.
May. So this May, for this year, when we do the next annual food debate, we have to have actual structure for how we argue.
Yeah, because at that point it was just me going, objection.
It was all been talking about corn, not even talking about spaghetti, and Jackson being like, for like the entire episode.
Oh yeah, no.
It's great.
It's great.
We edited out the boring parts, so it's interesting now. But
no. We edited out the parts where Jackson went like, what was it? What did he do? He did. There was this one part.
He told a couple jokes that were just bad.
I think there was this one part where he was like, "Can we curse on this?"
Yeah.
And I was like,
"I guess you can." And
then he just immediately belted one out, and we were like, what?
No,
not
like that, buddy.
And I completely destroyed all of that.
Boring parts and stuff that we all cropped out. Ben's dog is here.
Aw, my dog is here. She's just here to sit. She's looking around.
Yeah.
But no, that was
Hey Daisy.
definitely a thing. And then
he wanted to stay for the spooky episode we recorded.
Oh, we said no. we were like,
well, I don't even know if that would have been possible because our setup was really cramped.
Well, see,
we
that's
wouldn't
the
have been
thing.
able to be in it physically.
Our
even if we
had like the way where we put our earbuds in and then we. My dog just tripped. That's really
jumping
funny.
up on the couch.
She jumped up on the couch and tripped. No, but see, that's the thing. We had the earphone thing where we put the earphones in.
Yeah, we share earbuds so we can hear the music as it's recording. Because if it plays out of our computer speaker, the microphone will pick that up, and that's no bueno.
No bueno at all. So first off we said no to him for that, as well as the drawing video. He made a few jokes that just
I think after the drawing video we were all drained.
We were all drained. And I was straight up just like, okay, we need, like, after that, it took us an hour to record the spooky episode. And we started with, we're tired.
I think we took like an hour just to relax.
Yeah, no, we took an hour to relax.
You made like apple cider or something while we just chilled and just sat for a while.
We sat for like an hour to
regain
energy.
And at that point, we were still tired, and we recorded for an hour, not realizing we had recorded for an hour. So then I had to cut that into 3 separate videos to upload.
That is indeed what we did.
Which it worked out somehow, thankfully.
Because we took a lot of pauses to be like...
We paused a couple. You actually left at one point.
Yeah, because something came up. But no, we started that episode.
I think I saved the hour-long file as like hour-long oopsie.
Yeah, the start of that entire hour-long was, we're tired. Which I think is funny, because we were.
We were exhausted.
I drank an entire thing of apple cider, which had caffeine in, by the way. It had enough. It had about as much as a half a cup of a coffee. Like, that's...
And thankfully we were playing a horror game, which also woke us up a bit.
Which woke us up a bit. Like, I also think that was about the time I started my new job, which was works in scaring things. So I don't think I was nearly as scared as I was. But after that...
And then we got actual computers that could
use
the capture cards.
So episode 8,
start recording.
Episode 8,
things.
I think personally is my favorite
for the podcast.
Which
episode is that?
Pets and Stuff.
Pets and Stuff is a good one.
Pets and Stuff was a really good one. There was one blip where I had to edit something out. Worked out perfectly. I did it so well I couldn't even tell.
I don't even remember. What did you just tell a stupid joke?
I told a stupid joke that was not okay to put in.
What was it?
I
think it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, no, it didn't make much sense.
So we just cut it out.
It didn't make sense at all. So
I think Edie said something which led to
something being said.
Which led to a joke about you and me dating being a thing.
Yeah, and
which is funny,
but
and then
I said something about
me
dating someone,
and you were, what was it? You were like, "Are you sure Owen's single?" And I was just like, "Yeah, I am."
And that was just a really uncomfortable, like,
because we and Edie were both just sitting there, just like, What do you mean by that?
Yeah, no.
What does that mean?
It was a very awkward moment, and I'm glad I took it out, and I'm glad I was able to make it seem like it was one.
You can't tell.
You can't tell at all. I was really proud of myself at that point because I was sitting. It was like finals exams. I had just taken my final. I was sitting there. I was editing it out.
No, that was on my house. We edited it.
Oh yeah, that was
because we recorded that. We recorded that before school ended.
Yeah,
because we recorded that on our computers with a new microphone.
Yeah. So,
but then we didn't edit it
until
after summer had ended
because we didn't have the
we didn't have computers. Once I got a computer, we could edit it, and we hadn't heard it for 2 months.
And when we did,
Ben thought it was a bad episode,
but it wasn't. It was really good.
I don't remember being that bad.
It turned out to be my favorite.
And we listened to it, and we laughed, we cried, everything, all the
Oh,
emotions.
it was so good. It was so good. It's my favorite episode just because
I made a title card and I forgot that we put the Deep Thoughts logo on the top corner, so you can't tell.
You can't tell. No.
But it's okay. I found all the fonts we used for everything again.
Then there was the episode 9, the Magic Mind stuff. That one was good.
I think we were just exhausted.
We were exhausted, and
for some reason.
Also, the fact that this was also the last. I was exhausted because we were about to move. So this was like right before we started moving. So we did this episode like really quickly so we could get something out of there. And then we also did Undertale. We
started the current recording of Undertale on the Switch. Yes. Now we have a capture card and
which is really funny.
Can use it.
It's funny how we did it. We got like a what was it? A TV. And we, like a monitor, I guess, and we hooked it up to your computer with the game capture, and we showed it on like a small monitor.
Very small monitor.
Very small monitor.
And we sat on the floor to play it.
And it was funny. It was just funny.
Now we have a better setup.
We have a way better setup. I'm very happy with the setup we have. Preceding that, we basically stayed same until Halloween, which I came to Owen with like October.
That was probably the best thing we've done so far.
Oh yeah.
Transitioning from Deep Thoughts to Spooky Thoughts.
Spooky Thoughts was probably one of some of our best ideas.
If you haven't heard,
you should definitely go listen to it.
Go listen to
some of our.
It's what, 4 episodes?
It's 4 episodes of some of our best audios.
I think it's actually 5.
Best audios, best
some
jokes.
Of the best episodes are in this.
Like
that's when we started really having guests on.
Yeah,
and that's when we got better.
Personally, every single time we always learned something, and I do appreciate doing that. That we always did learn something. I think we started, and we still haven't even implemented this yet. The editing system, we use it from time to time if we make a oopsies on the video and audio setup. However, I'm gonna be honest, we haven't implemented this fully. I'm still trying to
editing.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
That's
it's very difficult.
I'll get texts from Ben saying I learned how to do this sort of edit.
And then I never
go to his house. I still don't know how to do that edit.
No, because that's the thing. It took me. I was super frustrated about this. It took me like what, almost 2 months to figure out how to export.
3 months how to export.
How to export because it wasn't working, and I was like, "What is wrong with this?"
You want to know what was wrong with it? Because you didn't finish filling out the details.
I did finish filling out the details. I didn't go, apparently, that's the thing. I did that, and then whenever I went to go export it, it said you need the, like, media encoder. And I was like, I have the media encoder. What do you mean?
You hit export.
I did hit export. I promise you I hit export. The thing, what happened...
You told me you couldn't press export.
I couldn't press export. What happened was I had to queue it first. And whenever I queued
that's what the problem was. You weren't exporting it. You were queuing it.
I could not export it. That's the thing. It wouldn't let me export. So I had to queue it first and then go to the media encoder, which was holy crap.
Ben gave up on trying to export one of the Undertale episodes, and so there's an option in the editing software to upload straight to YouTube. So we did that, and that for some reason caused the screen to be like really tiny.
It also caused it to be super blurry.
Which is not optimal.
Not optimal,
but we figured it out.
We
did.
Like,
I googled how to export from it, and I read out the checklist, and he did it, and all of a sudden it worked.
And yeah, it is true. I was checking the source. I was checking the the other things. And
He was pressing random buttons and doing what I told him to.
yeah, that is true. And then I flipped one switch and the export button worked, and I was like, why does this work? But the queuing with the media encoder, if you're not,
I don't think you had all the things that worked for that.
the media encoder is
'Cause
very.
You never actually got a file out of that.
Well, I did.
You never did.
The media encoder?
Nope.
Yes, I did.
Where is it?
I can show you. It's the blurry video. It's the media encoder, because the media encoder changes it from the editing process into a video.
You didn't export that episode.
I didn't.
You didn't.
Really?
I watched you do that. You didn't. When we recorded those episodes of Undertale and my computer crashed, you edited it there at my house, and then ran into the exporting problem, and we uploaded it straight from the editing software.
Well,
It
no,
was the
that
next
didn't work. I
episode.
know that didn't work.
It happened. It failed the first time, but we uploaded it from there. That's how we did that one. The second episode is the one that you actually went home and edited, and that's when you had to do the media encoder and all, and it didn't work.
Media encoder
Now it works.
is terrible. It is so bad. It's supposed to be helpful with editing processes, but I'm gonna be honest, that thing is.
Whatever. I don't know what it is. I haven't looked at it.
It is super convoluted. Don't ever get it. But honestly, I'm gonna be honest. After that, we started doing Punch Out and all this other stuff.
Oh yeah.
I've enjoyed Punch Out. Punch Out has been a good game.
You've just been watching me making fun of me the whole time.
I enjoy it.
Of course
I'm
you
not trying to
enjoy.
No, it's not about making fun of you. I enjoy Undertale. I've enjoyed Punch Out. Some of our newer podcasts, we're starting to like
We're getting a feel for it.
We're getting a feel for it, and I do enjoy all this other stuff that we've been doing. I finally got my computer after the after the final Spooky Thoughts. I got my computer right when we started doing Punch Out. I got my computer, and that helped a lot. But we have a lot more planned for this year, which all we need now is just to upload it and have as much fun as possible.
So expect more.
Expect more
thoughts that are deep.
Yeah,
We're gonna have more guests on, hopefully, that are
yeah
to the experience.
Expect more. Think more deeply, and from then on, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. As the journey has just started. Yes, you can keep laughing about that.
Sorry, I just find it very humorous when you get all dramatic and serious about it.
Think more deeply. Yes, I know. It is very funny. We're never serious at all.
Especially Ben. So when he tries, it doesn't work.
When I try, it doesn't work at all. I am never serious. I always make jokes. Anyhow,
I think this concludes
the review.
That is deep for this.
The deepest of thoughts. Anyway, bye.
That was pretty good.
Thank you.